Hey folks, Sean Shaughnessy here again. Thanks for joining me, clicking on that button to hear what I have to say. Last time that we talked, we visited about an ideal day. An ideal day is where you are in proactive mode as opposed to reactive mode. You are taking control of your calendar, focusing on your high value activities as opposed to being reactive and adhering to OPA, other people's agendas. So, a lot of people say, you know what, time blocks, those are great, but you know, I set aside 2 hours to focus on one particular thing, and you know, my mind wanders. I find myself thinking, you know, gee, am I really doing myself any good by sitting in my office for 2 hours knowing that I'm going to sit here and maybe doodle, or you know, my mind's going to be off track, whatever the case may be. I may have a solution for you here. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. And you're probably thinking to yourself right now, what in the hell is a Pomodoro and why on God's green earth should I care? You're absolutely right. That's a great question. I said the exact same thing. A Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. Yeah, a tomato. It's a productivity management tool that was invented by a guy by the name of Francesco Cirillo, I hope I said that right, in the late 1980s. And the way that the idea or the name came about, as this gentleman was working on his studies in human productivity, he was trying to determine, okay, how much can a human being actually focus and or concentrate at any given time before they need to kind of push back and take a little bit of a break. And he came up with a number, 25 minutes. That differs for everybody, but a classic Pomodoro is a 25-minute span of work. He named it a Pomodoro because he was working at his kitchen table. He was trying to find out how he could time what would the best the optimal amount of time that he personally would need, and he had a kitchen timer in the shape of a tomato. So he called it the Pomodoro Technique. So anyway, the idea, like I said, is that a human being can concentrate for a personalized given amount of time, but generally 25 minutes of solid, hard-focused work with a 3 to 5 minute break in between. Okay? Usually after 25 minutes, we all need a small break. You'll get up, you'll stretch, grab a cup of coffee or some water. You know, a lot of things that you can do there. And this is, it really does work. And to prove to you that I think it works, here is my 25-minute Pomodoro hourglass. And here is my 5-minute Pomodoro hourglass. Now, why is this important for time blocking? Well, you know that time blocking is what you need to do to get your high value, high priority paid activities in your day so that they are uninterrupted, you're focusing on them, and you are not working on other people's agendas, okay? A Pomodoro session is perfect for time blocking. As for myself, I tend to focus on an hour at a time, okay? So I will do Pomodoro 1, and then I'll do Pomodoro 1A. So I'll do 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, do another 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and then get started on my Pomodoro 2, okay? You want to define your task for the Pomodoro before you start the session. Okay, it's not like you sit there, scratch your head, and say, you know what, I'm going to work on this, and go ahead and set the hourglass, okay? You want to know what steps, tasks you need to take during your Pomodoro session in order to make it as productive as possible. You want to maybe do that the night before, like we talked about in the last video. Set your timer for 25 minutes. You can do the hourglass version like I choose to do. Goodness knows there are zillions of Pomodoro apps out there on Google Play or Apple whatever, that you can find Pomodoro timers that will take care of what you're looking to do. Just find one that works for you and roll with it, okay? It may not even be a 25-minute timer and a 5-minute timer. It might be that you just need something that'll count down from 45 and buzz. If that's the case, fantastic, okay? The idea here is to get a comfortable amount of time together for you to concentrate on concentrate on completing your high value, high priority tasks, okay? So when you are working on your Pomodoro session, okay, phone's on silent, door is closed, email app is down, okay? Again, put the do not disturb sign on the door. You're not going to talk about Mr. Jones's ACATs during your Pomodoros. Maybe during your break if you really want to, but not during your Pomodoro session, okay? Now, this is going to happen, and it happens all the time, okay? Every now and then, an idea is going to pop into your head at any given time, okay? And that idea, they can be fleeting, it can come and go, but it might be $1 million idea. You don't want to miss that. I'm not suggesting that you clear your mind of everything, but have a pen and a paper handy. This is called a detective's wallet. I'm going to do a shameless plug here. It's called a detective's wallet. You go to a website called theartofmanliness.com. Brett McKay down in Jenks, Oklahoma. Good man. He has this ready for you. I carry this around wherever I go, and every good idea, any thought that pops into my head, it gets put right here. So, at the end of the first Pomo session, take that short break that we talked about, okay? Now, ideally, you want to complete 4 Pomodoro sessions in a row, okay? So, if you're going to use the 25-5 method, that's going to be 2 hours worth of work. If you're going to use the 50-10 method like I use, okay, well, maybe I'm only going to do 2 Pomos or maybe 3 Pomos, 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. That's normally what I do, okay? At the end of your 4th or whatever the case may be, Pomo, it's time for a longer break, okay? You want to make that break 15 to 30 minutes. It might even be a good idea to make that break lunchtime, so you can really stretch your legs and get refreshed for the afternoon, okay? So I think that if you take a look at this method, it will do wonders for your productivity, okay? So, our Pomodoro sessions, are they perfect? No. Are you going to have fires that are going to pop up that your assistant's going to have to barge in and say, you got to put out this fire right now? Yeah, it's going to happen. You know what? That's just life. But you know what? Just do this. Remember this. With Pomodoros, it's wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat for another 4 times, okay? And you can adjust the time of your Pomo session to your personal taste, just like I told you earlier. Remember, Pomos are not designed, Pomos will also work, they're designed to make sure that you keep on track, but you can also use your Pomos for your low value, non-paid activities as well. There are activities that we simply cannot take off of our plate. They have to we have to do them. There's just no ifs, ands, or but about it. But if we give ourselves a time limit as to how long we are going to do these things, that's a heck of a lot better than just kind of dawdling and, well, I found this in my drawer and I could really, this could really stand to be replaced, and maybe I should run to Office Depot to get another set of this or that or whatever. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. So Pomodoros are an excellent way to control those low value tasks as well. So until next time, thank you for pressing the button. Please visit my website. Please visit us at Wealth Management Training Consultants on Facebook. And you can always get me, Sean Shaughnessy, on LinkedIn. So thanks so much, and have a great day.